Time to play a game.
How is it going, guys? Slippy Jim here with my solo strategy guide for the new Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction mode on the map First Contact. I have done a co-op guide for this already. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link in the description. However, a few people did ask me to do a solo guide because they need help with this game mode. So basically what we're going to do here is go through in detail all of the strategies and equipment that you need to beat this comfortably solo. First up, we're going to go through the loadouts and the classes. So if you want to skip through to the gameplay, skip ahead about 7 or 8 minutes and you will get to the start of the actual game. Now first of all, you might be wondering, how do you unlock Extinction mode in Call of Duty Ghosts? Because it's not available as soon as you boot up the game when you first buy it. Well, basically, you can either play the campaign for the first chapter and it will unlock after that, or you can rank up to about level 5 in multiplayer. Either way, you do not have to beat the campaign like a lot of people were saying before the game came out. Alright, let's look at the classes first of all. So I'm just going to turn off these relics. Alright, now the first class we're going to look at here is the Weapon Specialist class. Now what this does from default is give you 20% more bullet damage. Now you do get skill points in this game as you play through, which allow you to unlock the higher tier abilities. So first level is to swap weapons faster, move faster while aiming down sights, and fast offhand use. Second level, faster aiming down sights again. Third level, even faster reloading. And the fourth and final level, 50% more bullet damage and less spread, which is awesome. So this is the best class to use for solo Extinction mode. The second class is the Tank class, which gives you 25% more health from the start. The first level provides melee attacks with 25% more damage. Second level, 50% more health. Third level, 75% more health, as well as another 50% more melee damage. And the final and fourth level, 100% more health and 100% more melee damage. Now, I don't know why they gave a melee damage boost, because there's no actual melee weapons except for your starting knife. So it's not very effective. All this one does is really give you extra health. Okay, so that is the Tank class. The third class is the Engineer class. This can be very useful in co-op to have one of these guys in your squad. Solo, not so much. What it does is provide armor for the drill and earn more bonus cash. When you rank it up the first time, it repairs the drill faster. The second level, traps earn cash back. Third level, increase protection while repairing the drill and traps last longer. The final level, increase trap and explosive damage and a larger wallet to hold more cash. So that is the Engineer class. Now the fourth and final class you will actually end up unlocking as you rank up in this Extinction mode is the Medic class, which allows you, as the name suggests, to revive allies more quickly. Now the first level of this class allows you to move faster and increase protection while reviving others. The second level, longer sprint and teammates near you regenerate health faster. Third level, ignore ongoing damage from gas clouds, which is really useful, especially in the later hives that you get to, where you have the scorpion spitting that stuff at you. Does a ton of damage normally. And the fourth level, very fast movement and unlimited distance team health regeneration. Now, this one is actually fairly useful even in solo because of the extremely fast movement speed you get, because normally the aliens will be able to basically catch up with you. Okay, now the very best one though is the Weapon Specialist, so we are going to select that in this game mode as I play through solo here. That's going to be the class that I'll be using. Okay, so the Tank is not so great for solo, and Engineer not so much for solo either, although there are some benefits there for sure when you're playing co-op. And as I said, the Medic can be useful. I experimented with that, but I did find that the Weapon Specialist was the best one in the long term for the solo Extinction player. Okay, so that is an overview of the 4 classes available for you in Extinction mode, but as I said, this gameplay will be using the Weapon Specialist class. Okay, let's look at the loadout slots. The first loadout is for your pistol. Now, the first pistol available for you once you rank these up is the P226. Then you have the 44 Magnum, A very slow reload on that one. And then the third pistol is a burst-fire M9A1 pistol. And the fourth one, a really good pistol, the fully automatic MP443 Grach pistol. So the same benefits apply when you rank these up. The first level is increased damage at long range and faster movement when the pistol is equipped. Second level, 50% more ammo in each magazine. Third, carry your pistol plus 2 primary weapons, so you can buy a second primary at that level. And then the fourth is to hip fire, 2 pistols for twice the firepower and twice the ammo capacity, which is awesome if you do get enough skill points to rank your pistol up all the way. It is actually quite powerful. So that is your first loadout slot for your pistol here in Extinction mode. Okay, now let's move on to the next loadout slot, which is the ammo type. Now, as well as regular ammo, there are 4 types of specialist ammo available. The most effective, in my opinion, is the explosive ammunition with the blast radius that it does, but you can also get armor piercing, which helps with rhinos, as well as regular ammo, which has an additional benefit once you rank it up, of filling the current clip before adding ammo, as well as regenerating ammo, but it does a lot less damage than the rest of the specialist ammunition. Okay, the next loadout slot is for your team support. Now, you want to have armor. I'm not even going to go into the other ones because playing solo, armor is essential. Probably the most important part of your loadout, and you want to rank that up as quickly as you can to the maximum armor level. So yeah, get armor. Simple as that. Alright, the next part of your loadout is your strike package. There are 5 different options here, which all have various destructive ways of helping you take out aliens. The first is the IMS that you'll start off with before you rank up, which is pretty good for planting near the hives to protect the drill. The second one is the mortar strike. Then you have the Trinity rocket, which isn't that great, especially solo, because you have to go AFK and you're vulnerable to attack while you're guiding it. So I don't recommend that at all, although it is good for targeting things like rhinos in co-op. The fourth and best option for solo play is the sentry gun, an automated sentry gun, and you want to rank that all the way up to the 4th level by the time you get to the last hive. And what that allows you to do at the highest level is to place 2 turrets at once with less chance of either of them overheating, as well as having armor-piercing ammunition and increasing the firing rate and the range. The 5th one is the Vulture. Now, this can have its uses in co-op. It could also be useful in solo, especially if you rank it up to where you get the rockets going and stuff like that, but not as good as the sentry guns, which can be used as decoys as well. Now, the last loadout slot is the equalizer slot. So you get the portable turrets, you have the regular ones, and the grenade turrets as well. One you could consider for solo play is the riot shield, which protects your back if you deploy that, and you'll see me use that in this gameplay that we'll watch. Then you have the offensive options after that, which is the MK32 launcher, sort of like a death machine we saw in previous Call of Duties, and that's quite good, but you know, you might choose to use that. Depends on your playstyle, I guess. The final one, the death machine, which doubles basically once you rank it up, it doubles your ammo count to 200 with fire rounds, increased movement speed, and armor piercing as well, which is pretty good if you want to try and take out rhinos. But the problem with that is you can't deploy other stuff while you've got it out, so that does sometimes kind of paint yourself into a corner using that. Now, I won't go through the relics right now. Let's get into the gameplay here. This is the loadout I'm using, like I said. So we're using the explosive ammo, the armor, the automated turrets, and in this case, the riot shield on our back as well. Let's get into the game here finally, and I'll show you how to put all this together in some sort of strategy that will enable you to get through Extinction mode, solo, and get back to the chopper. Okay, so when you spawn in for the very first time in this starting area, there are 2 trash piles you can search for either pieces of equipment or things like cash that we found in that one. I'm going to show you the 4 locations that they can be in. They spawn randomly each time in their corners basically, and in this one we get some more cash, but sometimes you can pick up stuff like flares and things like that. So then you want to pick up the drill and plant that at the first hive. And you need to plant that to get out of this starting area. Now take notice of the challenge in the left hand bottom corner. You want to try and get as many of these challenges done throughout Extinction as you possibly can. If you get all of them done in the game, you will actually get an achievement, but that is quite difficult, especially in solo. But the key thing is, check out what that challenge is as soon as you plant the drill each time, and try and do it unless it's going to be almost impossible to do it. So this one is to only kill aliens with melee attacks, and each time you do a challenge, what it does is give you an extra skill point to rank up some of your areas in your loadout, as well as your additional skill point you always get for destroying the hive each time. So we actually have 2 skill points that we can spend right now, and we're going to plant the second drill fairly quickly here. Now, I'm going to rank up my armor and my ammo straight away, because I'm going to need to be providing myself with armor and ammo, and we want to have as much of that as we can get early on here. So we're going to look around and search a few of these trash piles and these little tins, see what we can find. But I haven't bought my primary weapon yet, because sometimes the challenge will be a specific weapon challenge. However, in this case, it is to keep the shot accuracy at 75% or above until the hive is destroyed. So a simple way to get this challenge is just to shoot one of the little munchkin aliens, these scouts. They usually stand pretty still while they're on the drill, so if you wait till one gets on the drill and then shoot it once and then just melee the rest of them. So it'll be a 2-hit melee kill for each of these aliens most of the time. And if you kill them as they come at you, usually it's going to be fairly comfortable for us to get another extra skill point here from this challenge. Now, basically, the first contact map is broken up into 3 main sections. This first section is the motel, or Gil's Lodge if you like, and this one has 4 hives that can spawn in any one of 6 possible locations, which change each time. There are 2 electrical traps and 1 fire trap in this first area, and there's a bunch of weapons you can find around the map as well to pick up. So it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with where these weapons are and what kinds they are, for if you do get a weapon challenge when you plant the drill. So for instance, there's a sniper on top of a rock to my right here. There's also a shotgun underneath the balcony in the lodge area. So there's an assault rifle, which is the AK, just near this drill right here. So sometimes you'll get a specific weapon challenge. We can finally shoot our pistol here. We got our extra skill point. There's a bunch of SMGs as well. There's one that I'm going to use, which is the Vector, which is on the way up the road on the right hand side. You'll see that in a second here. We're actually going to buy that now. And it is, just before we do that, I'm going to rank up my armor and my ammo once again. So we've picked up the Vector, and this gun is a really, really good gun in terms of damage per second. It has super high fire rate, so it can kill things faster, and it has a really fast reload as well, which is one of the main benefits, I think. So now that we've picked this up, we're going to have a look around some of these trash piles, because once you have a primary weapon, some of these will start giving you attachments for your gun. So what we want to get is, we've got a grip there. The grip is actually pretty good, but what we want to get mainly is rapid fire, and we want to get the muzzle brake, and I also like to have a decent sight as well. So we want to end up with those attachments, because they're going to help us kill things from further away and faster as well. Now here's a little spot here, by the way, where not too many people search, in that corner one, behind that little mesh fence just outside the map. There's often a little search tin there. Okay, so we got a holographic sight, and you have about, I'm not sure of the exact time, I think it's about 30 seconds or something like that before the aliens will start spawning in again. So once they start spawning in again, I'm not going to muck around trying to fight them off while I search every pile, but we got the gold camo there, which is pretty sweet. But we're going to plant the drill again as soon as they start spawning back in. Okay, so let's plant the drill and we'll see what challenge we get this time. Okay, so we've got to kill 15 aliens while prone, which is a pretty weird ass challenge, but it's actually one of the easier ones. If you go up the top of the hill here on the road, you've actually got a nice line of sight from up here where you should be able to do it reasonably comfortably. So I'm going to try and take out as many of these as we can while we're prone here to try and get that extra skill point. So skill points are so important because once you rank up a lot of these things, it's just going to make it that much easier for you in the higher levels once you get to the last few hives in the cabin and crater area. So we're going to repair the drill there. Now you don't want to just sort of abandon the drill and let it get damaged too much, because you actually get extra points for protecting the drill at the end of each hive that you destroy. So I've seen some guides where people will say, oh, you know what, if the drill gets a little bit damaged, don't worry about it, just let them go for it as long as they don't completely destroy it. But you do want to protect it if you can get the maximum points and cash reward at the end of each hive that you drill. But yeah, it is worth mentioning, if the drill gets down to 0 health, the game is over and you lose basically, so you do want to make sure you're able to repair that. Okay, so we got our challenge again there. This explosive ammo is just so awesome, really, with these little aliens in this area. In this first part, this Gills Lodge Motel section of the First Contact map, you will only get these scout aliens spawning in until you get to the barrier hive, and then you'll get scorpions and stuff like that. You'll see that a little bit later. So these ones are pretty easy to kill. Okay, so we got a SOFLAM laser designator there, and I'll show you what that's good for. But what that does is take up basically a weapon slot, if you like. So it's like you switch between your pistol, your primary, and that SOFLAM laser designator. That can actually be annoying, because if you want to switch quickly to your pistol or your primary, I can't remember which one it goes between, but you can sometimes pull that thing out and it can cause you a few problems actually. So I like to get rid of it, but it's going to be useful for when we get to the barrier hive. So I'm just, once again, you can see the pattern. I'm searching in between hives, and as soon as the aliens start spawning in again, I'll plant the drill then. But in this case, I've pretty much searched most of the areas already. There might be one or two areas, and I have noticed that they do seem to spawn back in again after a while in some of these locations. Okay, we got rapid fire, which is awesome. Okay, so our challenge now is to kill 15 aliens using pistols. So again, it's a pretty easy challenge that we've got here, and I'm going to rank up my pistol. You can see I've also ranked up the first level of my weapon specialist class. So what that does is it's going to give us more damage with our weapons. So it's good to do that first level early on. But as I said before, the most important thing to level up to start with is your armor and your ammo, because the higher rank your ammo, the more bullets you're going to get back when you deploy your ammo crate. Now in solo, there are a lot less aliens. It's quite a lot less actually, so you can actually beat this fairly comfortably solo compared to co-op, where if you have 4 players, you can just get mayhem in especially in the last area of the map. Okay, so we're just trying to protect that drill, keep it as healthy as we can, and one more to kill with our pistol, and then we'll get the challenge done. Pistols challenge here. There we go. And the drill's just about done here as well. Now, talking about the point system here, it is quite different to zombies. In zombies, you get actual hit marker points, if you like, for hitting the zombies with a bullet. So the higher rate of fire, lower powered weapons are actually preferable in zombies for building points. But in this extinction mode, how it works is you get the same amount of points no matter how you kill the aliens, with a few exceptions. So you get 1.5 point multiplier for critical hits or melee kills. You'll get less points if you kill them by hitting their armor or as an assist kill. So you get a 0.5 multiplier for killing them through their armor or as an assist kill. So the best, it's still a good idea to try and kill with melee kills early on, but that gets less practical unless you're ranked up all the way, I guess, as a tank class. But the critical hits are very important as well. Now, knowing where to hit the aliens, basically you want to shoot for the little glowing parts of their bodies, and those are the vulnerable spots. You know, on the back of scorpions, you'll see scorpions in a moment. In the mouth area, there's usually an exposed spot there with most of the aliens, but that's especially the case with the rhino. That's one of the few spots you can actually get a critical hit going on him. Okay, now getting to the barrier hive here. Basically, we don't plant the drill on this one. We get the chopper to come in and it actually takes out the barrier hive for us. But you can speed up the destruction of the barrier hive by placing these gas bottles that you find throughout the map on the barrier hive and then blowing them up. But the key thing with that is you want to wait until the health bar is there that you can see on the top left for the barrier hive. I've seen a lot of people in game put like 20 gas cans on that barrier hive, and then as soon as you hear the radio announcement that the chopper's going to be coming, they blow them all up, and it does absolutely nothing because you have to wait until the health bar is there before you can actually do any damage to this barrier hive. So keep that in mind if you're going to use that strategy. It does speed it up, maybe even as much as 50%. You can also shoot at it, especially with the explosive ammo, and that'll do a ton of damage. And it's also a great opportunity to use your SOFLAM laser designator, which is not usually that useful for anything else, to be honest, through a lot of the game. So we'll be using that in a second here. If you want to use your, your death machine, if you have one, or your turret, your manable turret to shoot at the barrier hive as well, all of those things are going to help speed up the destruction of this barrier hive for you. Now this is also a great place to use the fire trap right there. It's relatively cheap. I think it's $750 to use each time. And it just kills most of the smaller aliens that are going to come up the road there. And can do some damage to the scorpions as well. But with the scorpions, what they do is they will basically do a ranged attack. They'll usually be on top of like a cliff or the roof or something like that when using the SOFLAM airstrike there on the barrier hive, and they'll spray this stuff. It's supposed to be gas, but it actually looks like acid or something like that, and that is really, really dangerous if you get that on you, or if you walk over a patch of it on the ground. So the key thing to killing the scorpions is kill them quickly as soon as they land, because if you give them a few seconds, they'll eventually spray that stuff at you. So you want to kill them as soon as they land. Watch the pattern of where they land as well, because it's always the same sort of path nodes that they use. So you can actually predict which area they're going to hop to next and be prepared to kill them when they land there. Okay, so just going to finish off the rest of this barrier hive, and we will be ready to move on to the next location, which is the city part of the map. And that's where we'll pick up this solo strategy guide in the next video, guys. In the city location after this. But you want to finish off the last few aliens, spend enough points or enough money that you've got down to 3,000 or less, because you're going to pick up some bonus cash here where the barrier hive used to be, that I think the chopper was supposed to drop or something like that, and that's going to be 3,000 cash. So if you've already got, say, 5,000 or 6,000, you pick that up, you're not going to be able to carry it, so you will have wasted it. So spend what you can, on topping up your ammo or whatever it is, and then grab that cash and move on.